Hello friends, I'm coming to you from the garden where it is magenta season. It's beautiful out here. I encourage you to stop by if you're in the neighborhood. This week's meditation is on the very last verse of Psalm 15, which is the psalm appointed for this week by the lectionary. And so I'm going to start by just reading you the whole psalm. O Lord, who may abide in your tent, who may dwell on your holy hill? Those who walk blamelessly and do what is right and speak the truth from their heart, who do not slander with their tongue and do no evil to their friends, nor take up a reproach against their neighbors, in whose eyes the wicked are despised, but who honor those who fear the Lord, who stand by their oath even to their hurt, who do not lend money at interest and do not take a bribe against the innocent. Those who do these things shall never be moved. Those who do these things shall never be moved. A direct translation of the Hebrew would be more like, the person who acts thus shall never be shaken. Those with God will never be moved, never be shaken. Our faith, in other words, is a firm foundation. Though the earth may shake, the ground beneath our feet remains solid. The psalmist accepts the reality of change. Upheaval will happen to any life. Faith doesn't change that reality. Faith does change how we experience that upheaval, though. To live a life of faith, to walk with God, the psalmist is telling us, is to give ourselves the capacity to withstand the shocks and stresses of life. As I've been sitting with this verse, I have found myself thinking, as I often do, about the meaning of the verse in light of what I know as an ecologist. One of the big insights from 20th century ecology was that change happens. Ecological disturbances like windstorms and fires are a natural part of ecological communities. And as ecologists began to study how ecosystems adapted to disturbances like that, they honed in on two different aspects of response to change. Some ecosystems are resistant to change. They are not moved in the presence of change. Ponderosa pine, for instance, a western pine species, has thick bark that allows it to survive wildfires. Other ecosystems, though, do allow themselves to be moved. They lean in the direction of resilience. Resilience means they can recover quickly after change happens. So they are moved, but they get right back up on their feet. Black spruce, for instance, a tree that's common in the eastern Canadian boreal forest, isn't very good at resisting fire. It's actually pretty flammable, but its seeds do marvelously well on newly burned soil. So a black spruce forest is resilient. It will recover quickly. Resistance and resilience are two different ways of adapting to change. One is not inherently better than the other, they're just different. And I find myself wondering, as I sit with this verse of this psalm, how faith functions as both a source of resistance, we shall not be moved, and as a source of resilience, a hand extended to help us to our feet in the event we are knocked down to our knees. And my invitation to you is simply to pray on that last verse of the psalm. Those who do these things shall not be moved. And ask yourself how faith functions in your life during times of great or small upheaval and change. Maybe play with the question of what metaphor or image captures how faith feels to you and in your life in times of change. Is faith a firm foundation? Is it an anchor? Is faith a deep-rooted tree? Is it like seeds of newness sprouting on ashy ground? Is faith the green sprout pushing through the cracks in the sidewalk? What image of faith as a source of strength in uncertain times resonates with your heart and in your life? I'd love to hear the images that arise. And as Frederick Buechner once said, may you go where your best prayers take you. Amen. Blessings on your meditating friends. Wishing you a good week.